A nameless bride runs away from her own wedding and hides in her suburban cabin. The young woman barely has the time to catch her breath when she gets a visit from the groom's friends. The groomsmen start by reassuring the bride that they just want to talk until the groom reaches them, but very soon the first blood turns the night into a horror extravaganza. In the next few hours, the rooms and the lawn in front of the house will be covered with corpses. After reading the film summary, you might think that Til Death Do Us Part is something along the lines of Ready or Not, You're Next, or even Becky. In other words, you might take it for a suspense thriller about a group of villains hunting down a fragile, defenseless girl. But in reality, the movie is sort of a hybrid between Steven Soderbergh's Haywire and Luc Besson's Anna, told by the fans of dark humor indie thrillers of the 90s, such as Thursday, The Boondock Saints, and Mean Guns. So what's the catch? Well, the groomsmen are not just some angry dudes holding a grudge against the bride. Neither is the bride herself a spineless sheep who faints at the sight of blood. Both adversaries are fierce and ready to kill. Actually, it's the bride who starts the massacre, which means the quote-unquote victim is not who she appears to be. Without spoiling too much of the plot, let's just say that the filmmakers persist in keeping the audience in the dark, giving away new pieces of information very sparsely. Another good thing is a parallel plotline. It remains unclear if it's from the past or from the future, in which the bride and the groom spend their honeymoon in Puerto Rico in the company of an older couple, who they just met. Eye-pleasing tropical locations offer a nice distraction from killing scenes in the night house. The man in the older couple is played by Jason Patric. Patric, who is often inconsistent in his acting, here manages to deliver a truly memorable and charismatic performance. So what should a casual viewer expect from Til Death Do Us Part? Does this mix of ingredients work well as a whole? It's hard to give definite answers to these questions. The movie has a couple of decent hand-to-hand fights. And in general, you can see that the filmmakers really cared about making a good horror. But sometimes, their wish to stand out and impress the audience reduces their efforts to eccentric decisions and cheap showing off. It mostly shows in a couple of caricature characters, like the annoying leader of groomsmen portrayed by Gigandet, who is constantly making faces, cracking jokes, and doing little dances. Another vexing character is a cheeky midget, who does little else than pick fights and swear. On top of that, the filmmakers obviously overestimate their dialogue writing skills and their actors' abilities. In the last 20 minutes, the story stands still, giving off the vibes of the Kill Bill finale. But the problem is, an Afro-American Serdarius Blain is not David Carradine, and a Ukrainian actress Natalia Guslistaya, known in Hollywood as Natalie is a far cry from Uma Thurman. As a result, the film's climax falls flat, which is a serious failure seeing that Til Death Do Us Part runs for 2 whole hours. After all, leaving at the right time is just as important as leaving gracefully.